Oh my God!
The WWE Universe witnessed absolute chaos this week on Monday Night Raw as the unthinkable happened. CM Punk and Jey Uso launched a shocking, brutal attack on none other than Roman Reigns. The Tribal Chief's long-awaited return to Raw was supposed to be a triumphant one. A moment to reassert dominance after his crushing defeat at Crown Jewel 2025. Instead, it became one of the most explosive and talked-about moments in recent WWE history. Fans in attendance described the segment as pure insanity, while social media erupted within minutes, declaring it one of the most unpredictable moments of the year. But to truly understand why this attack was so powerful and personal, we need to dive into the backstory, the tension, and the shocking alliance that has now changed the landscape of WWE. Roman Reigns returns to Raw after Crown Jewel defeat. It had been weeks since the WWE Universe had seen Roman Reigns. After his historic title reign came to an end at Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia, Reigns disappeared from television, leaving fans and critics alike wondering what was next for the Tribal Chief. When WWE announced his return to Monday Night Raw, fans expected fireworks, and they got them. The arena erupted as Reigns' theme hit, the familiar sound of Head of the Table echoing through the speakers. Dressed in all black and wearing his trademark confidence, Reigns walked down the ramp to a mixed chorus of cheers and boos. Inside the ring, he grabbed a microphone and spoke with cold precision. "I built this place. Every main event, every sold-out arena, every record, that's my bloodline. I took time off to remind everyone what it looks like when I'm gone. And judging by this chaos, WWE needs its Tribal Chief more than ever." The crowd was hanging on every word. Reigns called out Jey Uso for his betrayal at Crown Jewel, accusing him of forgetting where he came from. He even took a subtle jab at Cody Rhodes, saying that, "Finishing the story doesn't mean you end mine." But just as it seemed like Reigns was about to reclaim his spotlight, everything changed. The return of the Rebel, CM Punk strikes. The lights flickered, the crowd rose to their feet, and then the unmistakable sound of Cult of Personality by Living Colour blasted through the arena. The roof nearly blew off the building. CM Punk, who had been on the sidelines since his injury earlier that year, was back. And from the look on his face, he wasn't here for nostalgia or respect. He was here for blood. Roman Reigns stood frozen for a split second, his eyes narrowing as Punk made his way down the ramp. The tension was electric. Two of WWE's most dominant and controversial figures stood face to face for the first time in over a decade. The crowd chanted, "This is awesome," before a single punch was even thrown. Punk lifted the microphone and smirked. "You call yourself the head of the table?" Funny, because the last time I was here, I flipped the whole damn table over. The crowd roared. Reigns responded with his signature icy calm. "You've been running your mouth for years, Punk. Welcome back. Now acknowledge your Tribal Chief." That was the moment it happened. The shocking attack. Out of nowhere, Jey Uso's music hit. The crowd was stunned. What was Jey doing coming out now? He sprinted to the ring, seemingly to confront Reigns after weeks of tension. Roman turned toward him, shouting, "You better think carefully, Uso." But in a split-second twist that nobody saw coming, Jey didn't stop to talk. He super-kicked Roman Reigns straight in the face. The crowd gasped in disbelief as Reigns fell to one knee. Before Roman could react, CM Punk pounced, hitting him with a devastating running knee to the jaw, followed by a barrage of punches and elbows. The two men, Punk and Jey, began dismantling the Tribal Chief in brutal fashion. Jey connected with another super kick, sending Roman crashing into the corner, and Punk followed it up with a go-to-sleep that dropped Reigns flat in the center of the ring. The once unstoppable Roman Reigns lay motionless as Jey Uso and CM Punk stood tall over him. The fans didn't know whether to cheer or gasp. It was betrayal, rebellion, and chaos rolled into one unforgettable moment. Paul Heyman's shock and fear. As the attack unfolded, the camera cut backstage to Paul Heyman, who was watching the carnage on a monitor. His expression was pure horror. His lips trembling, eyes wide. The man who had once called Roman Reigns his greatest client looked broken. Heyman reportedly tried to rush to the ring but was stopped by WWE officials. Later, in an exclusive backstage interview, he could barely find words. This wasn't supposed to happen. Roman Reigns he's the greatest of all time. But even the greatest can be betrayed. The image of Heyman's despair added even more emotional weight to the segment. It wasn't just an attack. It was the crumbling of an empire. Why CM Punk did it? The question on everyone's mind after Raw went off the air was simple. Why? Why would CM Punk, who had just returned, align himself with Jey Uso to attack Roman Reigns? In a backstage clip released later on WWE's official YouTube channel, Punk offered a chilling explanation. Roman Reigns has been sitting on top of the mountain for too long, pretending he built this. But before the Island of Relevance, there was the voice of the voiceless. I was here before him. I fought for this company when he was still figuring out his handshake. He's not the leader, he's the problem. And I just reminded him what happens when the real revolution shows up. It was vintage CM Punk, calculated, ruthless, and rebellious. Jey Uso's redemption or revenge. As for Jey Uso, his motives appeared more personal. Ever since his fallout with Roman, Jey had been trying to forge his own identity, separate from the shadow of the Bloodline. By joining forces with Punk, Jey sent a loud, defiant message. He's done being the little brother in someone else's kingdom.